Alright, so in this video I just want to explore and share some ideas about two concepts which most people believe are actually separate, but what I'm going to suggest in this video is that they're actually one and the same thing, and that the way in which most of us go about this most of the time is actually not necessarily so effective or efficient. So these two ideas are, on the one hand, personal change, personal empowerment, and on the other hand, social change or political change or some cultural shift that so many people spend so much time and energy talking about X, Y, or Z needs to happen. So to illustrate these points, I want to share with you a few different quotes. The first is from Plato, and he says, "States are as the men. They grow out of human characters." So basically what he's suggesting here is that really the state of a state is nothing but a reflection of the characters of the people that are making it up. So that could apply for a group or any society or culture, because in reality, society and culture and groups, these are just concepts. In reality, what a group is X, Y, or Z amount of individuals or people. And what governs that group is the ideas or psychology or lack thereof of those people. And the next quote that I'll share with you is from St Augustine of Hippo. And he said, "Men go abroad to wonder at the heights of mountains, at the huge waves of the sea, at the long courses of the rivers, at the vast compass of the ocean, at the circular motions of the stars, and yet they pass by themselves without wondering." And really what this is suggesting here is the major idea that so many of us look to the world, we look outside, we look to other people, we look to leaders, we look to gurus, we look to cults and cultures to, show us the way. We look outside into the world and say, oh, they're so evil and they're so bad, or oh, it's so messed up. But do we ever actually stop and consider our own internal state? Meaning, how can we be necessarily surprised if we look out into the world and see chaos and disorder, yet if we look inside the human being and see chaos and disorder, how is that not an obvious sort of connection? And why wouldn't people actually start to wonder, where's this coming from? Okay, well, if I feel chaos and disorder inside of myself, it's highly unlikely that I'm going to be able to or necessarily be able to create harmony or passion or compassion or synergistic kind of processes in the world. So the next quote that I want to share is from Carl Jung. And he said that your vision will become clear only when you can look into your own heart. He said, "He who looks outside dreams. He who looks inside awakens." Now, really, we've seen these three different quotes from three different philosophers from really very different time periods, yet they're as applicable, probably even more applicable now than they were then, because the world we're living in now is so hyper-mental and hyper-information based, and the timeline between things is getting much smaller and smaller and smaller, meaning back in Carl Jung's day even, if you wanted to get information out to the world or you wanted to get information from the world, it took really a long time. But now, it's pretty darn instant. You want to read Carl Jung's life works, you can just go online and probably have it within a few minutes. But let's say back in his day, if you wanted to get someone's collected works, that would probably take a lot of time and energy and resources. So really the major and the most important message of the video is perhaps that when we are looking outside, very obviously what is happening is that our attention is going with that. And there's the old sort of phrase which says, where attention goes, energy flows. So following that, we can see that wherever we are directing our attention is where our energy is going. And energy and power tend to kind of be fairly synonymous. Meaning if you want to power your car, you want to power the lights in your house, probably going to need energy. If you want to power yourself, you want to create change in the world, you want to create change in yourself, probably going to take some energy and some empowerment as well. But if we are consistently disempowering ourselves through giving our responsibility, to giving our attention, to giving our sovereignty over to other people, what do we think would be the natural result of that? So just in a super brief exploration, I just wanted to share these 3 quotes with you, suggest this idea, and suggest that actually perhaps following these quotes and following the ideas of these philosophers and following just common sense and observation, perhaps there is some value and weight in investing a little bit more time and attention cleaning up our own garden, tending to our own temple, and learning to communicate and understand with our own voice or our own spirit, rather than hoping or wishing or waiting that someone else will do it for us. So anyways, hopefully you've enjoyed this video. If you like this video, you should subscribe to my channel, number 1. You should post a comment, and if you like it, you should share it with your friends. And if you hate this video, if you hate me and you think this is the biggest bunch of crap that you've ever heard in your life, you should also subscribe and do all those things that I just listed. But either way, thanks for watching, and I will talk to you soon.